Welcome, everybody, to another Real Film Reviews podcast. Me, Jordan.
My name's Corbett.
We have someone with asthma in today. Been going up the stairs a lot. Today, we got together to talk about Halloween, 1978, the first one.
One of my personal favorites.
Gotta say, I really enjoyed this probably more than Friday the 13th.
Oh, I agree.
13th, I don't mind Friday the 13th, but man, the pacing was so much better.
Yes, most definitely. You okay there?
God damn it, I can't wear that thing. It's fucking hot. God. Oh.
Well,
Oh.
John Carpenter made this film. Well, Eric, I had to pass the notes back on.
Just couldn't work. Just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. So,
You already have enough trouble breathing.
See, I put the mask.
hey, I'm not gonna argue with you.
See, I
It's
put the
true.
mask on, but my head's too big. I'd probably get stuck in that thing.
It's okay. That means you got a big brain. It means you're smarter than me. It's okay.
It's a nicer thing. Let's make that
I've
comment.
come to agree with, not agree with it. What's the term?
Did you
Come to
just
terms with it.
Did you just insult yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
So Halloween, the first one.
Man, I grew up with this shit. This movie is great. I'm just all right off the bat. It's great. I rented it from Hollywood Video Blockbuster.
Oh,
Watched
yeah.
it and rented each one every time I went back.
Right.
I didn't do a thing and grab them all.
Like
I
I
did
said,
one at a time.
I like this more than Jason, the first one. You know,
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
I,
And again, like
totally agree.
it's kind of funny knowing that they're like alternate versions
Right.
of it. It's
Exactly.
Like, but you could tell, and I was asking Eric this, but I was like, how many movies did John Carpenter have on his belt before he made this versus the people that the director of Friday the 13th?
Right.
Because like this has just got so much better quality in film and stuff. you
Well,
know?
he did a movie before he did Halloween. Was Assault on Precinct 13.
That's right.
That-
The vampire zombie.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
No, not.
Was it that?
No.
Yeah, he did Assault on Precinct
No,
13.
it wasn't about vampires.
I say that it's zombies or whatever.
No, there's no zombies in
It
this.
wasn't it
Oh, it
kind of
was,
like that
okay.
though. They got to fight off.
It has something to do with an assault on a prison precinct.
Yeah.
Oh, a police station. Yeah, he's right.
With
He's right.
bad guys, like
Wow.
not killers.
That was in 76, I think.
73.
So, but he had more
Wait.
under his.
I thought it was 76.
It could be.
Okay.
I didn't look that up very much.
Anyway, go ahead and continue though.
But,
Halloween.
oh yeah, rented them all.
You're saying this is just shit. So.
Yes, I rented them all, not at the same time, just one at a time, because it was like the anticipation they were already out.
Yeah, and I mean, renting back then was so much
But
expensive.
Right.
this movie is. But I know Corbett. I worked with Corbett for a while, and we talked Halloween. When was your first time seeing
The
it?
first time I ever seen it I was probably about 5 years old. I was young when I saw it.
Oh, Lord.
So it scared the hell out of me the first time I saw it. But
Oh man.
if I'm not mistaken, that was probably the first horror movie I've ever seen.
I think my first horror movie was Leprechaun 3 because my sister
Okay,
had been watching
okay,
it,
yep.
and I got this memory. I thought it was 2,
Yep.
but it's the damn Saw magic trick part. When I find out
Yep.
that was 3 or 4, whatever that was, I was like, oh okay. I always thought that was like 2.
But yeah, I think Halloween was the very first horror movie I remember seeing.
All right.
Scared the hell out of me the first
I
time.
can understand, anticipation.
So Jordan, when did you first see Halloween? 1978.
2 hours ago, first time.
Wow.
Yeah, I've said this before, but I've come to this realization that the movies I thought I've seen the full thing of,
Right.
I've only seen like chunks of.
So what did you think of it?
Oh, I loved it. It was a great movie.
I
It really
agree. I
was.
agree completely.
I've seen, like I told him, I recognize certain scenes, like the bed sheet part and all that. And it's like, this stuck with me a lot
Well,
more than
there's-
Jason.
There's some things that happened in the movie. I don't know if you noticed it, but we're going to get into that.
I pointed out.
Did you point it
just
out?
a
Okay,
couple.
okay,
Well,
okay.
he pointed out one thing that I don't know if you noticed. He said he noticed this last
I'm
night.
pretty
Yes,
sure
sir.
I noticed it.
So to prepare this,
Okay.
I watched this in full
He
last
pointed
night.
this out literally.
I did
Take
too.
the notes.
I watched it last night also.
And then me and him watched it before you got here
Okay.
because we set this up we mostly wanted you here because I wanted to see your reaction to his first time because it caught
And
me
it was
off guard,
perfect because
too.
I could see it.
Yes, that's exactly,
Wow.
But
that's
yeah,
exactly
like,
what we wanted.
It was one of those, like, I always wanted to watch it, and I think it was the concept, like you said,
Right.
where it scared the shit out of you. So when I
Yes.
see this, I turn the channel. My
Okay.
sister and them would watch so many horror movies, and it would just, again, Leprechaun really fucked with me. That whole gut stuff. So I was like, okay, I can't deal with this.
I agree with that.
But yeah, it was so. I know, like, this Texas Chainsaw Massacre freaked me out when I was young, just because you'd see it, and it's like, you know,
Right.
they do the whole based on true story. It's like, I don't want to fucking watch this. Young me feels like somebody had a camera and saw the real shit.
Well, yeah. Well, there's some things that I want to talk about,
Yeah.
but go on with
Well,
your notes,
I was
man.
gonna say, do you
Okay.
want to get when we get to it? Do you want to say that, or you just want to say it now?
Are you talking about what I noticed and
The
showed
one
you?
you said, I just noticed this watching, and then you point it out, and I'm just like, damn.
We'll get
Okay.
to it.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
get to it.
Okay.
That's
That
what I'm
sounds
saying.
good.
If you noticed it, that's hilarious. If you didn't, it's pretty noticeable.
Now, like, I've watched that movie quite a bit over the course of my life. I know quite a bit about it.
yeah.
Now, there are some things that maybe I have possibly missed
I'll be
that
honest.
maybe y'all noticed.
I'll be honest. If you didn't notice this, I don't blame you because when you noticed
Because
it, I was
did-
like,
he didn't notice it. So.
Okay.
But let me go through this stuff real quick.
because I was
So,
looking at everything else.
Right, exactly.
of course, directed by John Carpenter, starring Donald Pleasance,
I
Jamie
know.
Lee Curtis in her first
Her
movie role.
first-
I will
movie
say, and this is kind of taken a little bit from Red Letter Media, but I do agree with them that in John Carpenter has definitely made a like a brand for himself. When you hear the
Oh,
music,
definitely.
when you see the font, I mean, it's just John
And
Carpenter presents.
He did the entire score for
and-
that movie.
Yeah, and it's really, when you think about it, I was like, man, there's really not that like
Yeah,
like the
he did
piano.
the music. Do you know how long it took him to write the music for this entire movie?
Not
3
long.
days.
Yep.
Really?
3
days,
I
yep.
could see that.
3
I could
days.
see that. I mean, you just get a catchy tune. It's funny, that damn tune. I remember there was like this techno beat version of it I really
Yeah.
liked. That was
I
like, man,
remember
it's so
that.
good.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Try to continue, Eric.
But yeah, Donald Pleasance, Jamie Lee Curtis, P.J. Souls, Nancy Loomis, Charles Cypher, and Nick Castle as the Shape.
Nick Castle.
The screenplay was also by John Carpenter, and he had help from Deborah Hill, who at the time they were
Was
dating.
his girlfriend. Yep.
They were dating. But the cinematography, of course, by Dean Cundy.
Dean Cundy. Yep.
Probably one of the most popular cinematographers out there. He did a lot of John Carpenter stuff. He did The Thing.
He was actually in charge of finding the mask.
Yeah, we're gonna get to The Mask. I don't know if you know the story.
I
behind The Mask.
I knew like the basis of it. I didn't know. He
Oh, hey.
kind of told me the more detailed version of it just now before we started.
But edited by Tommy Lee Wallace and Charles Bornstein.
Hey, let me interrupt you. Tommy Lee Wallace, did you know that him and Nancy Loomis were dating at the time? Or married? Married. They were married.
Yeah. And did you know that at the time too, P.J. Souls was married to Dennis Quaid?
They were dating.
No, they were married.
Oh, they were married? I thought they were dating.
I looked it up.
Okay.
Because I was watching a documentary after I watched the movie. I was kind of cleaning up.
Right.
And they were talking about like the cast and everything.
Okay.
They got to that part and they mentioned that I think they were married.
Okay.
Or I could be totally wrong.
I don't know. I could have sworn they were just dating.
Real quick, Corbin, where would you rank this in your top 5 movie?
Okay.
It seems like this is kind of close to 1 or 2. with how
Okay,
much
this
you
is
know.
this is a very hard decision
Oh, I know,
for
I
me.
know. Trust me, my like I have for me it's number 1 is The Thing, and the rest of 2
But-
to 5 shifts so much.
If you want to go for just strictly horror movie, this is number 1 on my
It's very respectable.
yes.
You know,
The budget was $300,000 to $325,000, and
how much was the budget for Friday the 13th? That was
Oh, that was
I want to say it was about 500.
yeah, it was a little more.
500, and then I think it's funny that we were talking about the Breakfast Club and that being $1 million.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah, right at $1 million. I want to say.
Yeah, and what's funny about that was the whole having to remake. The
Yeah,
thing.
right.
So I'm like, okay, go ahead.
And the box office was $70 million. This at the time was considered the most profitable independent movie ever. However, 2 movies came out years later that beat that, and I wrote that because I was going to do that. I wanted to talk about that real quick.
Right.
In 1999, the Blair Witch Project came
Yep.
out on a
Yeah.
budget of $60,000.
That marketing team.
What was the box office?
Like I said, budget $60,000.
Right.
Box office $248 million.
Well, this is what I think. The reason why it did so well is because at the time people thought it was real.
Yeah.
Well, it's to the point where I feel like I'm going to date myself here, but it's to the point where on Cartoon Network they had the Scooby Doo parody of Blair Witch. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but those
I remember
blooper reels
that.
were so damn good.
I remember
The blooper,
that.
I loved it, and I loved how they rotoscoped. I just remember the part where they're running, and it's like they're like Scrappy Doo pops up, and they're like, "It's just Scrappy Doo," and I think it's like Velma's like, "I know," and just
Yeah,
they keep
I
running into
remember
the
that.
woods. I'm like,
I remember that.
like,
And
man.
I think it was 2007, Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity, I think, has to be the most, right?
The budget was $15,000.
Was it 50? I thought
That's it?
That's
yeah,
it.
it's not a lot.
Holy
It was,
crap.
Box office, $190 million.
I thought it was like 10, but I mean, still, to just
Damn.
spend that much and make that much.
Make that
there
Yeah.
wasn't a whole lot of actors in that movie, and then like all the stuff that they had to use to make the movie.
but
And then that movie evolved into.
but I think the reason why it did so well is because a lot of people thought it was real.
Yeah. What I think is funny, and I mentioned about this in the Friday 13th movie, is I've seen more of the Jason movies, obviously, than this.
Yes.
I've only seen the spit ones with, like, actors that I felt kind of turned the movie into a meme.
Right,
like,
right.
Like, who is it? Buster Rhymes? And,
Buster Rhymes,
And it's
yeah.
like whoever the other one was, Ice-T, or I might be getting them wrong. But it was like
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J.
Yeah.
But it's like, I always find it interesting if you've seen the older movies and then you watch this and it's like simpler times. It's like,
Yeah.
this is before they like had all this convoluted stuff they want to put in
Exactly.
there. You know?
All right.
All right,
Before-
so
Go on.
the plot is set mostly in the fictional Illinois town of Haddonfield. I already said Illinois.
Perfect scenery because of the trees.
Oh, yeah.
That was just,
It follows a mental patient, Michael Myers, who was committed to a sanitarium for murdering his teenage sister one Halloween night during his childhood. He escapes 15 years later and returns to his hometown, where he stalks teenage babysitter Laurie Strode and her friends while his psychiatrist Sam Loomis pursues him.
see, what I thought was funny is, I pointed this out to
Mm-hmm.
him when we were watching it, was the fact of the first kill, how it's like this, and then they look at the knife.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm like,
Yes.
what?
That was actually pretty
Yeah,
funny.
I was like, what? And then
Another fact. I don't know if y'all know. You might know, but do you know how long it took them to shoot the whole movie?
About a month.
17 days.
17 days.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Because it was so fast paced and they were on a strict time schedule. Because they only had that budget of $300,000. They had to make that time limit, otherwise they would go over budget.
The funny part, I want to mention this because I didn't notice this the first watch, but it's when they're going to go pick them up at the institution, the insane asylum, and you see the people in the robes, and then the guy gets down to go like open the gate,
Yeah.
and one claws in the car, and I look at Eric and I'm like, they just let them roam free like cattle. I was like, I didn't realize that
Right.
he let them out and stuff. I was like, is he just like free roaming like cattle?
Yeah.
Like, be free.
Because the nurse said, so when did they just let them wander around?
Yeah, that like threw me off, and I'm like,
right?
what? And then he's like, oh, he let him out. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Gotcha.
After reviewing Carpenter's film Assault on Precinct 13, film producer Irwin Yablans and financier Mustafa Akkad sought him out to direct a film about a psychotic killer that stalks babysitters. They wanted it to have the same cultural impact as The Exorcist. Carpenter agreed to do it along with having full creative control, and he was paid $10,000 for his work, which included writing, directing, and scoring the film. He wrote it with his girlfriend at the time, Deborah Hill.
Dial Pleasance, did y'all know how many days that he filmed?
How many?
5 days. He only filmed 5 days.
You know, because when you think about it, I mean, takes can't be that hard. It's like, dude, you're going to go stand over there behind a tree,
Yep.
and you're just going to look kind of menacingly, and people are going to just
Yeah.
act nonchalant. I'm really glad I didn't have to watch 2 minutes of coffee making. 'Cause
That's our new thing now about
Oh, yeah?
suspense in a movie. In
it's
the
like-
original Friday 13th, that girl,
Yeah.
show suspense,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
literally sat there for 2 or 3 minutes and fully made her a pot of coffee.
like,
Yeah.
I sat there, and it's like, I'm rewatching the movie, and I'm just like, fast forward. I'm like, I know what's happening.
Right.
I know Jason at the time is going to pop up. So I'm like, all right, just get speed up the process.
Right,
I don't need
right.
to watch her lay around a couch and stuff. I can just put on a camera and get it from me.
What's up? I love you too. Go watch TV, okay? I'll be there in a minute. Yep. But they said the original title for the movie.
Children ain't gonna have them. Continue, Eric.
The original title was, they said it was The Babysitter Murders, which I always thought that was, but come to find out that was.
All right, gonna pause real quick. I ain't having kids.
Okay, continue, Eric.
Go
But
ahead, Eric.
they said,
Sorry.
they said it was called The Babysitter Murders, but it was apparently that was debunked, saying that it was always going to be called Halloween.
Right, right.
Which I always thought it was going to be called it because that's what they've been saying. You know?
I mean, that's not a bad title,
Not-
honestly.
not really. It's a better title than the Lunch Bunch. What
Yeah.
they were going to call
The Lunch Bunch, yeah.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
What did you want to call Fast 10? Fast 10 your seatbelts is what he wanted. 10.
That's what they should have called the 10th Fast and the Furious movie. Fasten your seatbelts. Come on. It's yes. Why am I the only one that agrees with this?
I don't know.
Gonna get a thumbs down on the video for that. Go ahead, continue.
That was.
But the movie was praised for Carpenter's direction and score. It is considered one of the greatest and most influential horror films ever made. In 2006, it was selected for the preservation in the United States National Film Registry.
Mhm.
We talked about this earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of what I went
the
like,
Library
I
of
closed
Congress.
My eyes glossy over it. I was like,
For
Yep.
basically everything else that I said before with the other movie we did. The film was released on October 25th, 1978, on a budget of $325,000. It went on grossing $70 million and became the most profitable independent movie ever made.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's pretty awesome for a movie that has that low of a budget.
and a few facts that I was telling Jordan. So I told you this was Jamie Lee Curtis's first movie.
mm-hmm.
So
it's kind of awkward watching it now and like seeing her advertisement for Freaky Fridays. Have you seen them?
Yeah, Freaky. I hadn't seen the second one yet.
I'm talking about the new one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that
It's
one
got
yet.
cleavage out.
I saw.
I know what
I
you're
saw a
talking about.
picture of that, but I thought that was bullshit.
I know what you're talking about now.
But if that was in the movie,
I don't
then
think I was in the movie. I think I was just an advertisement. Shoot.
okay, that's what I
Which is
figured.
like, you really want me to go see Freaky Friday, don't you?
Come watch this movie.
Come watch this movie.
But
And she has I didn't know if you knew this, but she has a really famous mom who was part of something really
he
famous.
mentioned that watching it, and I was like, okay, who is it?
So her mom is Janet Leigh.
from Psycho.
Her mom is the lady that gets murdered in the shower in the original Psycho.
You know, it's funny because we talked about that. We
remember?
literally talked about it in the movie.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, because I mentioned about how like I was like, was this the oldest considered slasher?
Right.
And then we started talking about Psycho during one of the down parts. I was
Right.
like, yeah, I remember hearing about like you couldn't go in the middle and watch it
'Cause, I mean, They had Psycho, which a lot of people consider the granddaddy of slasher movies.
Yeah.
But then you had the original Black Christmas
Yeah,
from
Black Christmas was one.
74.
Yeah, 74.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? Hey,
That's a crazy movie.
good one.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. They had a remake in 2006, and it was all right. And then they did a 2019 one that was stupid.
That's the two I'm thinking.
God,
The
like
2019 one, yeah, I didn't care for that
you
one.
gotta watch that. But
All right.
one more thing is, so we mentioned the mask. What they wanted, they had to pick one mask, which was a clown mask.
Do you remember
For
who
some-
it was?
Emmett
I
Kelly.
guess.
Emmett Kelly.
So is that why there was kind of a clown mask in the beginning to kind of hint at that a little bit?
Which actually, we're talking about some of the movie along the way, but they had when she walks up to the house to put the card for into the Myers house when the little boy told her not to go. When she turned around to walk and you see Michael
He
come
comes
in
in
the
the
frame,
frame.
he's wearing that
Emmett
clown
Kelly
mask, but you can't see it
You
because it's
can't-
shadow.
yep.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
But
Okay.
they took a William Shatner mask from Star Trek. They messed up the hair some. They took off the sideburns,
Mhm.
They removed the eyebrows because the eyebrows had the same hair texture, but it was
Yeah.
like to there. They removed the
And
eyebrows
there's something, and
And they
there's-
opened up the eye sockets.
because the eye sockets were kind of. They almost looked like
Yeah, they
really
were like
thin.
this
Oh,
thin.
yeah,
Yeah.
They opened
yeah.
it up. They opened them up a little more and
They're-
then painted it white.
I mean, because there is something about like not having eyebrows that can throw people off.
Yeah. No kid.
But that's all. That and I'll when we're done with this, I'll show you the picture of the mask that they use. They actually still sell them.
Yeah, they still sell the Captain Kirk mask. They really do. Yo.
I feel like I've seen them at Spirit Halloween.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you
No,
did.
not these. No, these are special. But
I don't know. I mean, they have a lot of shit.
I've never seen. I've
Spirit
never seen
Halloween
that.
have a lot of.
They have a lot of shit over there.
Definitely find maybe
All right.
not as good of a version of that.
Continue,
mask,
good sir.
But yeah, we basically talked about the beginning. You know, with
the kid and
the point of view of the boy and girl making out on the couch, and then they go upstairs to have the quickest sex scene ever.
really they did.
That was really quickly.
It's like Eric said. It's like he just pulled his pants down, went, and then left.
Okay, so this is
That was
this is what happened.
That was really depressing.
They're watching through. The POV's looking through the window.
Window.
They're fooling around for a second,
And they run upstairs.
and then he goes, "Let's go upstairs." She goes, "Yeah." So they go upstairs. The character backs up, looks at the window up there. The light turns off, and then just for probably like less than a minute, walks into the back, grabs the knife, goes next to the stairs, but backs up, and then the dude comes down, putting on his shirt, and leaves. So
Yeah.
that guy went up there, took off his pants, took off his shirt. She looked at it. He blew, and then he put his pants
maybe
back
3
on.
strokes minimum.
No. No. He didn't even get to insert. He didn't
That
insert.
requires
He-
more effort.
Yeah, she looked at it. She probably just touched it, and
Just the tip.
just the tip. And then he put on his pants, and he's coming down, putting on his shirt. In that time frame, there's no way.
There's no way.
anything-
There was no way.
So Eric pointed this out is because the kid murders his sister, comes down. They're like Michael, and then it does the whole pan out of the kid with the knife and stuff. And the mom's just sitting there like,
Yeah, she.
Yeah.
You ever
What
notice
was up
that?
with
She
that?
just puts her hands in her pockets, kind of just.
She's just like nonchalant, like, okay, he's
Yeah.
holding a bloody
the
knife.
dad
And-
is
Damn
at least
just thing.
being like,
yeah,
what the
he's
fuck?
like, what the hell?
She
Hey.
goes, hell of a thing.
There's a thing
I
that
know
you
it.
might know. The scene where he goes through the kitchen, grabs the knife. You know who that was, right?
Yeah, I think I told him
That was
too.
Deborah Hill.
Yeah.
That was her hand. She grabbed it. Okay, I
Because
didn't know
they
if you
had
knew
multiple people playing Michael Myers.
Right.
Mostly Nick Castle.
that. Yeah, it was mainly Nick Castle.
But they
yeah.
had another guy at the end of the movie that they unmasked him.
So
Tony Moran.
Moran, yeah.
Moran, yeah.
I thought it was Tony Moran.
Oh. All right. What was the thing that you noticed?
okay, so
Or are you talking about what we were talking about?
Yes.
We're not
Oh,
there
you don't
yet.
want to do
We're
that?
not
Okay.
just yet.
Okay, cool.
But I
Okay.
wanted to mention
I was
just
trying to remember scenes to get there. So if Eric could
Right.
lead us to that one particular scene,
we're going. Okay,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
fine.
wanted to mention too just something that always sticks out when the dad pulls off Michael's mask.
Mhm.
I don't know how. I don't think this is really important, but it's something that I notice like every time I see the movie when he takes the mask off. Even when he takes it off, Michael's still kind of staring, kind of this.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always that one moment where Michael goes, and like he raises his eyebrows for a second.
Yeah.
I don't know what that.
Yeah, he's like-
but that
It-
always
it's-
catches me.
it's probably just the kid registering what he did.
Probably.
We
It's
also
just-
talked about something else.
I don't know because he pretty much said he was like motionless
Yeah,
whenever he.
there's something else I want to bring up to you. Not in this, but we talked about this a little bit during the film. We'll wait for it later.
But
Right.
we mostly talked about his breakout, so I'm not going to go into too details. But Michael escapes, gets in a car, and drives away. He taught him to drive.
Yeah, that
Like
part
Don-
felt.
Like
I
Don
was-
Pleasance, maybe someone around there gave him lists.
I was so used to.
What was the name of the doctor that he was talking?
I was used to him just
remember?
teleporting. Like it's always been the
Right.
idea. And
Right.
I'm watching this. I'm like, you can drive a car.
Okay,
Dun, 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 he's on the
it was the Quinn, Dr. Quinn, I think his name, or Wynn. Remember Halloween 6?
Yeah, it's not the same actor though.
But I think it was the same name.
Yeah,
Same doctor, just a different actor.
Yeah,
I think it was Wynn.
I told him
Dr. Wynn.
The series gets crazier after.
Well, that's what I always find funny when you watch like from where it came from, humble beginnings.
Right.
And it's like the freaking Friday the 13th movie, Jason Goes to Space. It's like, but when you're at the start, you're like, that's how it ends up.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
He fights Freddy, huh?
That was a badass
Did you
movie.
know
I'm not
that-
gonna lie.
I love that movie. Well,
I found out recently,
definitely
like
talk
I don't
about
know
that.
where this came from, probably made up, but I heard that there was plans
There was at one point.
at one point to have him preserved to go to space.
I heard about that.
This
was-
is before.
I heard about that. Yeah.
I don't know the full details.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I would be like, you know what? I'm not even gonna watch it.
But real quick, before we move on, something that always sticks out, and he knows too, when Michael's trying to get in the car, and the nurse is trying to hide from him, and then Michael smashes his hand on the window.
yeah, that felt.
Did you notice?
Did you
He had a
notice?
breakaway thing on his hand.
He had a wrench.
Yeah,
He had a metal wrench.
I
You
know it
noticed
was.
the wrench?
No,
I
the
noticed
only.
that. I was like,
Yeah,
That kind of makes me think, like, was that supposed to be hidden?
I was just about to say that.
Or, okay, go ahead.
Like basically, like, was it meant for him to have that on his arm to smash the window, or was it supposed to be just like his own hand
yeah.
smashing the window? But they didn't realize that
See,
it showed in the movie.
I didn't see the wrench, but I was like, that looks off. Like,
Yeah, it was
like,
a whole wrench.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
can
didn't-
definitely see.
And I
the
thought
big wrench.
maybe it was like a glass breaker or something. I was
Right,
like, what the
right.
hell?
All right.
But yeah, we talked about her going to the house and everything.
Yeah, at least Michael's driving a normal car, not like a Skyline, Nissan Skyline, drifting while playing this music going.
Halloween Tokyo Drift or something.
Michael, you got to get down the hilltop to stab him.
Oh God.
What?
Our evil will die tonight.
Let's not go there yet.
That'll be later on.
Oh
But,
my Jesus, yeah.
So Michael is popping up in places like Lori's at school.
Again,
Michael pops up.
The trees was great. Now I did point out to him, like, he's standing in front of that car, looking at her through the classroom.
Through
or
the
whatever.
classroom, yeah.
If I was just looking somewhere else, like that was not the intent. But I mean, when you think about it, I'm just going to stand in front of a classroom with a mask, and you can't tell when I'm looking. You're kind of doing a wide shot variety. People are
Yeah, like he's facing your way, but he could be going.
see, what would have really broke tension is someone would have walked by and been like, "You see this?"
Like someone walked by and they'd be like, "You just ruined it, man. You,
But,
you
Come
just
on, you
ruined
ruined
it."
and then, of course, you get little Tommy taking his pumpkin, just trying to enjoy life. He wants to make him a pumpkin. And little Lonnie and his
Oh, yeah, I
friends
forgot about
picking
little-
on that
little
kid.
asshole.
Picking on- yeah, little ass.
Yeah.
I have it written right here. What an ass. What an asshole.
Then Jason,
And-
and Michael shows up like randomly.
Yeah.
after-
He's trying to
after
run
fun.
away, then he catches him with that loud music. He catches him with music.
Hey,
Jason-
hey, I'm not gonna lie. I remember this whenever I was first watching it, and that scene came up, and the loud music when he grabs him scared the fuck out of
Oh,
him.
I understand that loud.
But Loomis is calling the cops, and he finds a car that he didn't take the car, but because he's still were driving the institution car.
Yeah.
But he finds his Rabbit in Red,
The Rabbit in Red matchbook.
matchbook, and then it pans. You see the dead body of the
The
truck
truck driver,
mechanic.
Mechanic.
That's
Yeah, I didn't
how he gets
realize
his mechanic suit.
because he got that.
Because halfway through, I mentioned to him, I was like, "It's been like 4 people." He's like, "Well, the guy." I was like, "Oh, someone died."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh,
Yep.
right."
And
it's-
so Lori is walking with her friends, and they say the word "totally" constantly.
Oh.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
How many times
They
they
got
totally
Totally.
Yeah.
That got on my nerves.
and like the only place what did she say is the only reason why she babysits is to have a place for. And then Lori says shit, and then one of the girls looks at her and goes, I have a
place for that.
and then she forgets her books, and they're all talking, and then Michael comes driving by, and then they're
And he's like,
yeah, yeah, that look that he gives.
he lays over like.
It's the fact that if I saw somebody like that, I'd be like, "Okay, we're gonna just
Right.
keep moving," because the dude just.
Hey, jerk.
Speed kills.
It's like,
And
Did you say something?
he slams on the brakes and can he take a joke?
Yeah.
And then he just drives off.
Yeah, I was like, that was weird.
It'd actually be funny if that's what caused all the death. It's just them being
Her,
there.
yeah, her
Then just
screaming
being
that
there.
out to him.
He
Yeah,
just wanted out of the insane asylum to have a normal job. He's like, they keep pulling me back in.
And
like
down,
they keep pulling me back in the fucking bitch. Yeah, something like that.
they they're heading home, and
Now, he pointed this part out is because he pops up behind the bush
Yep.
and then moved. And I really thought, like, because he was like, hey, did you see that and watch it? I was, like, expecting, like, he was still in the bush but couldn't get away kind
Right.
of stuff. He pointed out to me that there was smoke.
Yep.
smoke.
John Carpenter.
That was
smoking.
John Carpenter's smoke. Yep.
Just
From the
hilarious.
cigarette.
And it was like, he's like, yep, there, and there, and there. And then at the tail end, as he's walking away, the crew just getting up like,
You see his head over the bush.
yeah, and it's kind of like, I'm like, you can kind of get away with that because at least it feels like they're at their home. But
Like
it's
they're
hilarious.
trimming their hedges or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, well, no,
It-
they're
it-
kind of on the porch at that house right there.
It
Well,
reminds me
right.
of how in Gremlins, how you've seen, I'm sure you've seen this.
Yeah,
It's
I've seen
an iconic-
Gremlins, yeah.
Iconic picture of the Gremlins supposed to be like singing, and they
Yeah.
you actually see the people like
Yep.
holding the puppets. Sorry, didn't mean to.
But yeah, I thought it was funny because you see the dude's head over the hedges
Yeah,
and
he's
then
like-
he just ducks.
They're
Yeah.
they're both on the porch to that house,
Yeah.
and as they're walking by earlier, like nobody's there. And when you can see them as they're walking away, and yes, that's the crew. You can also say that they could possibly be the
No,
neighbors
but I
standing
believe
there,
it
which
being
is
the
fine.
crew.
But
But it is funny when you catch continuity.
you know what the most.
But like maybe they had a step ladder to they couldn't reach the top of the
Yeah,
bush.
probably.
And there
That's
was,
true.
But we're talking about like seeing the crew of movies in movies. I think the most notable one that I've ever seen in a movie is a crew member in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie from 1990.
yes.
When they're in April's apartment.
Yep.
You
And
talking
she has
about
that-
the mouth.
No, not that.
That mouth is
That
nightmare.
was funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
But-
nightmare fuel.
April has like a round table, and
Yes.
they're standing by it. She's talking to one of the turtles, and as they're moving, this dude in a white shirt and these red short shorts and a red hat is literally ducking behind the table. Like I missed this as a kid because
I
did
do too.
stuff like
I
that.
did too.
Yeah.
But,
But
Though,
it
it's
is
like-
so noticeable.
but as an adult going back and watching it, like, how did I miss that?
So continue. We were talking about them. He passes the bush. That was kind of where we're at.
And then Lori gets in the house and sees Michael again back there.
And
And then she
the
gets the call
backyard.
from Annie, thinks it's someone else.
Because
And
she's
then
chewing.
It's her, 'cause she's chewing. And so she's like, she does, she's like, this is ridiculous. She says something, she lays across her bed. But this is the moment that I've been waiting for to talk about. So Lori is walking with a pumpkin and her purse and her jacket
Yeah.
to go sit on the curb.
Mm-hmm.
At Corbett, let me set up this scene real quick. Maybe it's not that bad.
I'll say
But
it.
I
She had
know
a hell
it's-
of a moose knuckle.
I know exactly what you're talking about now.
No way.
Yes, keep going. Keep going.
I literally just said it, but okay.
So she
But I know what you're talking
she
about, yeah.
She sits on that thing, and then she slightly spreads her legs to turn, and she got the biggest
Yeah,
moose
I mean,
knuckle
it
I've
is.
ever seen.
It's honestly, it's one of those like you it's like, damn, oh,
I noticed.
I remember seeing
I
it.
noticed this
It's
last
so
night for the
subtle.
first
I've
time.
seen it probably about a couple years ago.
Like, and I'm not trying to make fun. You know what I
no,
mean?
it's just surprising because
It's
it's like it's a horror movie,
When they-
and then you see that
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, what? And it's like, that's probably why they were like, look, just sit down and cross your legs, old fan.
That's so funny.
I didn't know if you.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that
Given
one.
the time frame of this movie, though, it's probably pretty tame.
Yeah.
All the other type of shit going on.
But they got
And when I remember seeing that, I was like, damn, she's a serious moose knuckle. She must have just got some before she shot that scene or something. I don't know. Because she's so funny.
But so she gets in the car with
I apologize.
No, it's fine. I was like, damn.
Andy, and they're going, and don't fear the Reaper.
Yeah,
But
one of
Blue
my,
Oyster
Blue
Cult.
Oyster Cult.
like I was
Yeah.
telling him, one of my favorite songs to hear. There's Burning for You is another one. I was
Godzilla.
like, yeah, I'm like, all these damn songs are gonna be looping in my head. Through this
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
And, like,
And when I hear "Don't Fear the Reaper," that makes me think of that very famous sketch
Skit.
from Saturday Night Live.
More
Babies,
cowbell.
before we're done here, y'all be wearing gold-plated diapers. What does that even mean? Never question Bruce Dickinson.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. I love it.
Dude.
Or Will Ferrell,
When he gets in the dude's face and he starts going slower.
slower.
Don't blow us first, Gene.
Chris Kattan. God.
But yeah. So Loomis goes to check on Judith's grave, and it's gone.
okay. It's a part later on in the movie, just because you mentioned the grave. You probably already tell, but we'll talk about that
Okay.
when we get to it.
But it kind of makes me think: did he walk up and just and do it? That's probably what he used the rope for.
The answer is yes.
Yep.
The answer is yes.
The answer is always
The
yes.
answer is yes.
You know, you're dealing with these
Exactly.
you're dealing with these entities that have stupid human strength. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
it's
shit.
like ridiculous. Like, you know, he bear hugs stuff, and it just he's like, I don't need a knife.
But all right. So oh shit! I just talked about the grave. I'm losing my mind.
Talk about the grave.
Huh?
We're talking about the graves.
Yeah. And then
right.
Annie and
Hey, baby.
Lori run into the sheriff, which you find out then is the sheriff is Annie's dad. And
Sheriff
I
Brackett.
always like that scene where he's talking to them, and he's kind of yelling because the alarm going
The
off.
alarm going off
He's
at
like,
the
"Aren't you
hardware
going to be
store.
late?" She's like, "Huh?" And he goes, "I said, aren't you going to be late?" And then it goes off immediately.
He shouts too.
He shouts.
And he's like,
I-
shit, I'm sorry.
I do like how when that part ended, you had the Michael Myers' car just.
Yeah, Loomis just sitting there, and then he turns and then behind Loomis, and they kind of just like opposite ways, like he didn't
Yeah.
even notice.
Yeah.
Which it took me years to realize that was him in the back.
Yeah, it took me a little bit
The
too,
one
yo.
of these movies missing is like how the Jason movie had to have the guy on the bicycle that was just a crazy man. That was so great. Like,
Yeah, I remember
Kids
that.
died in that lake.
But,
Bye.
You're all doomed.
Yeah, they're all doomed.
right?
All right, bye. I gotta return this bike.
God, that was crazy, yeah. All right,
Oh man.
go
Well,
on, sir.
So, Loomis and Sheriff Brackett. Well, first off, everyone gets dropped off where they need to go to their houses for babysitting. And then Loomis and Sheriff Brackett go to the Myers house. And they see a dog, but they don't show the dog. And he's like, well, the animal did that or something. And, Loomis said he got hungry. He's like, man wouldn't do that. He's like, this isn't a man. Which always makes me think,
That gave me chills. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, at the same time, it kind of makes me think, why did he eat a dog? Like,
It's more, I think, the open-ended question of like, did he not? You know,
I mean, the
yeah,
fact that
yeah.
he's not human kind of
yeah.
goes into play.
I always found that weird. It's like, couldn't he have gone to a house next door and grabbed like a slice of bread or a can? I don't know. Why did he eat a dog? But then, yeah, that's just what I thought of.
Pure evil. He
But,
eat anything.
And then Loomis proceeds to give probably the greatest movie monologue.
Oh,
ever,
yes. Yes.
which is crazy. I find that crazy. I like that the monologue about the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I know that whole monologue by heart?
No,
No, I mean, if you're really into the movie,
Which is
Right.
which is crazy too, because I also think that we talked about this before, me and you,
Mhm.
that like another great movie monologue is the Indianapolis monologue from
Yeah.
Clint in Jaws
Yep.
when he's talking about the sharks, and then he goes, "Black eyes like a doll's eyes."
Yep.
And it's
Yep.
like, almost like the same. They both talk about it, but Jaws was first.
Yeah.
But they're both great movies.
I always think it's funny when it's like, yeah, that movie was older, and it's like just the different directors having different levels of film quality,
Right.
cameras and stuff, and it's like Jaws it looks so good.
But you got, yeah, I mean,
It's how
it's
far
Steven
back,
Spielberg, one of
yeah.
the best directors
Yeah.
in the business, even at that time.
Yeah,
So yeah,
created like one of the very first blockbuster of all time.
Yeah, someone pointed out to me that by watching that movie, I got to experience the first blockbuster. Got to rewatch it in theaters, and apparently that jump scare that scared me was the first fucking jump scare.
So
Yeah.
we did a Jaws
Yep.
review about a month or so ago, and we were all there with,
That was
with one
hilarious.
other
I'm not
friend.
gonna lie, that was funny as
And we
hell.
told the story about when the head comes out of the boat.
See, I'm sitting there
Scared
thinking, I'm sitting there looking at it, and I go, it'd be funny if a shark just popped up, and I was like, ain't gonna happen. Then a fucking head happens. They see me go like, and it's
He
like
kicked the table, the
I
swivel
almost
little
kicked
table.
the food over onto the people in front of us. I had to I
Oh.
did like this.
Shit, I'm sorry.
I did this weird I'm scared, but I need to still control my body motion, and I just sat there curled up trying to laugh.
Well, the
trying
thing
not to
is,
laugh.
like in the music, the score has a lot to do
Oh,
with the
so
jump
good.
scare.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Because it's like that music out of nowhere, really loud,
Yeah.
just in your face.
It's funny because you're talking about loud noises. The Breakfast Club with the fucking chair that I keep talking
Oh,
about.
yeah,
where he
that's
just
right.
turns it around and it's like I have headphones on. It's like, "Arr!" It's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like, why was it so just absurd? It's
Right.
Like,
All right.
All right, so then we get after the monologue. Andy's what? Andy. Andy calls Lori to tell her that she set her up on a date with Ben Tramer. She talked about how cute he was when they were on their car
Yep.
ride. So
Yep.
Andy apparently got a chance to talk to him, sets him up, and she don't want to do it. And Tommy sees Michael again doing what Michael does best, just standing there,
Just standing there
right across the
stalking.
street, literally just
And
love
also,
that so much.
that was Deborah Hill too.
Really,
Yeah, that was
That's
Deborah
funny.
Hill.
that's funny.
When he's just standing at the house looking towards it, that's Deborah Hill in the
That's
costume.
awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, Tommy sees him, and he's trying to show Lori, and he disappears.
Yep.
Just disappears.
at what point? We might be getting close to it, but there's a point where she looks out the window and he's right by the curtains that are hanging, and then she's literally staring at him, and when it cuts back, he's gone. And it's like, where the fuck did he go?
Yeah,
She's
no,
like,
no, we passed
did he
that.
go?
When she got home,
Yeah, okay.
she looked out the window and stopped for a second, and
Yeah,
behind
and
the
it's like,
clothesline,
he's
he's
gone.
just standing there. And then it cuts back to her. She doesn't look away.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's still staring.
Yep.
It cuts back, and he's gone.
It
Yeah.
would have been better if
Yeah.
he would have had like a giant curtain flop up and he's gone. But again, movie.
Well, I like that whole concept of he's there, he's staring at it, and then he's gone. It's like he just
it's
disappeared.
Great. It's great in
It's
terms of that,
awesome.
but it is funny when you're like,
And it makes you question it,
Yeah.
like what the? Where did he go?
what the fuck?
And so Annie spills butter on her, and now she has to go wash her clothes. And at this time, Lori and Tommy are sitting at the house after all that, watching the original Thing,
Mhm.
which John Carpenter would
Thing from
remake.
another world.
Ironically, he makes.
That was the name of it. The Thing
4 or
from
5
another
years
world.
later.
Yeah.
What the
Four.
Thing? 1982. Yeah.
78, 79,
Yeah.
81.
4
Yeah,
years.
4 years later, he would remake that movie. I still need to see the original.
It's pretty good. I seen it. It's pretty good.
And he goes in to wash her clothes. It gets stuck, so Lindsay has to go help her because Paul calls, and she gets her out. And now they're setting up everything. So she brings. So she was supposed to go see her boyfriend, but he got in trouble. Well, apparently he snuck out now, so she can see him now. So Annie's bringing little Lindsay to Lori with Tommy and watch them.
Remember the scene after she spilled the butter on herself, she puts the shirt on, he jerks that flower pot down, it crashes,
Yeah.
and then he kills the dog.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna lie,
that.
that I was like, no,
Yeah,
why
I
the
didn't-
dog?
I didn't like the dog dying. But
I didn't
it
like that
does
either.
Establish that it's like he is crazy.
He choked that son
He
of a bitch to
didn't-
death.
He
Yeah.
didn't stab the dog, which is what I thought was going to happen.
He-
but still,
he
be a
choked that
bear
motherfucker.
hug,
Yeah.
choke, whatever he did, because all he saw was the back.
Yeah, I
of it,
love
so
how
I
you
was
couldn't
like-
see it. But
Yeah,
it
well,
kinda made
you know,
guess.
not seeing it can do so much more.
Yeah.
Sometimes less is more. And in that
Yeah.
case,
It was the whimpering that got to me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, no.
yeah, it's like, fuck, I don't want to see that.
Yep.
So after she drops her off, she goes back. She's going to pick up Paul, so she tries to get in her car. Car's locked.
Yeah.
Goes in the house, singing her Paul song.
Yeah.
I call it the Paul song.
And you know what's crazy? She came up that off the top of her head.
That's funny.
But also
Okay.
the song that Lori was singing after she dropped the key off,
Yeah.
she made
I
that
wish
song
I
up
had
off the
you
top
all
of her
along.
head. Yeah,
Yeah.
she made that song up the top.
That's neat.
John
Hey.
Carpenter literally said, "I want you to start walking down the sidewalk and start singing." And she's like, "What do you want me to sing?" And he's like, "Just make something up."
that's copyright free.
And she just made that up off the top of her head.
That's
I think what gets me the most though is like he's going to point out she gets to the car and the car is unlocked, and they kind of did this where she sat down and went, "Wait a minute," like before she got strangled.
Yeah, so she
Right.
so she's singing the song after she grabs her keys. She goes back to her car and then she opens it. There's no cut scene where she put the key in
there's
to
none.
do it.
She just went-
She literally went and just did the door, which kind of throws me off. I don't know why she did it, but she got in the car. She realized, but then she noticed that the windows were foggy.
Yeah.
She
for
tries to wipe them,
Yep.
and Michael's behind her.
See, with Michael, I didn't notice.
That was another jump scare.
Well, like he did the whole, I know he slits her throat,
Yeah.
but it's like it didn't. You really didn't see it that vividly on camera.
All you did was you saw the knife just
You
graze the side.
saw him. For me, I feel like all I saw was him like do the hand motion, and
Right.
then it was like, okay, he slit her throat.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I thought he was just gonna fucking crush.
Like crush her larynx.
because
Yeah.
he's so strong. He'd be like,
Yeah.
I could see him just be like, all right.
Oh, he was just torturing her. That's why
Yeah.
he didn't kill
You know,
her.
it's so crazy. Like to me that it looks like okay. So he's behind her. He was laying down like this, and he got up and he grabbed her with his left hand.
Yeah.
But he took his knife and supposedly slit her throat. But it goes by so fast. It looks like he cuts his own arm.
Yeah, I was
Like
kinda thrown
like
off.
there's no blood on him,
Yeah.
his arm or her neck. It's just like he cut his own arm like real
Right.
quick. And then she did the
Maybe we just didn't notice he kind
we
of
were just
moved a
talking-
little bit. I don't know. And I don't know.
But yeah, he
It was
slit her
fast
throat.
motion though. And,
Yeah, it was
so you
super
could-
fast too.
Yeah.
But we talk about it when we saw it. She had
Yeah.
the fate, the death.
She
not
had
a-
that Batman death.
yeah, she had the death of Talia al Ghul in
Yeah, no.
in the Dark Knight Rises.
yeah.
When she died, he went,
Who? Okay, when we get to the scene, I'm gonna have to ask who was in the cabinet when we get there. Just when we get to that scene. I
Okay.
want to know which character it was.
okay.
Okay.
So where are we? Yeah. So she dies, and
So
Honestly,
she dies.
regardless of the question I'm gonna ask, I do think it's kind of funny when we get there.
Okay.
Because it's like, really?
so it's Tommy and Lindsay watching the movie, and little Tommy wants to scare her, so he gets behind the curtain, says her name. She's wondering where he is, and he just happens to look around. Michael's carrying Andy into the house,
Right.
and then he gets freaked out. They both scared, like, I saw a boogeyman. Lori tells him to shut up,
Damn
and
it.
it sits down, and
Shut up, damn
nobody
kid.
believes me. And then she's like,
I believe.
I believe you, Tommy.
And she's like,
Fuck me, right?
fuck. Like, there's a losing battle right here.
But okay, so here comes the scene that me and you always talk about. So Loomis is waiting at
To see if Michael shows up.
at
Yeah.
Myers' house, and while at the same time, little asshole Lonnie and his friends, they're trying to convince Lonnie to go into the
I'm
Myers
not
house.
afraid. Bull.
I'm not
To
afraid.
go in.
So he goes, and Loomis goes, he goes, hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there. And the kids run off like they're fucking scared.
And
But
the smile on
the
his
smile on his
face.
face is
That
awesome.
was genuine joy right there.
It's funny because, that was the actor trying not. He was trying to keep.
He was
a straight
trying to keep
face,
it, but he was
like-
trying, yeah. And that was sheer joy right there.
I feel like Carpenter saw that.
And
Was
then-
like, we're just gonna keep it.
And then Sheriff Brackett sneaks up behind him and grabs him. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, and he doesn't I think the sheriff he don't want to look anymore because he doesn't believe. Him.
Yeah,
I like the
gotta
whole
do the things
concept.
that I do.
I like the whole concept when he was talking about it. He was like, I watched it for 15 years, sitting in the room, staring at the wall, not seeing the wall.
Looking past the
And it's like, oh wow.
yeah,
It's like, that's some dark
death
shit
has
right
come
there.
to your small town, sheriff.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
So he agreed with him, and he goes, but if you're right,
Damn you for letting him go.
So Loomis just keeps watching. Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away.
I laugh way too hard at that.
That's what just the joy on his face after is just it's great. But
Well, he had been waiting to do that to someone, I don't know.
so Linda and her boyfriend Bob show up,
Bobby.
and they're explaining everything. And this is always a saying that even when I was younger, kind of threw me off. When Bob was saying all the stuff that he wanted to do, and talking about ripping clothes off. He said he's gonna rip Linda's clothes off, and then he says,
Oh
and
yeah.
then I'm gonna rip Lindsay's clothes off.
That-
I think I got it.
Yeah, that
It's
was
like-
a little strange to me.
I think he was trying to do some kind of joke, which is fine, but at the same time,
He in
I
his
didn't
head, he
quite
thought
catch it.
in his head he's
If-
thinking he's setting up a three.
If you'd have said something like that today,
Yeah.
oh God,
in his
some
head, he
purple-haired,
thought,
person with a nose ring is gonna come in
some
and
purple
say,
hair. Oh, and you talking about we'll go back to PJ Souls and Dennis Quaid. They were married at the time. He was actually introduced to play the part of the boyfriend on there,
Yeah,
but he got a job doing another movie.
yeah.
He was just there hanging out and stuff like that during their shoot when he was off. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Interesting thing I pointed out to him too. So when they're on the couch, kind of fooling around before they go upstairs, they finally decide to call Lori and ask where Annie is. Annie's not there. They think that she's somewhere else, and Lindsay's over with Lori. So they go, "We're all alone." So they get up to go upstairs, and if you notice closely, when PJ gets up, she takes 2 steps. It looks like she trips.
Yes.
That's because she's tripping over the track for the dolly shot.
For the
And they left it in because the shot worked.
It worked perfectly.
Which is funny.
Well, another thing about that, the part where they're making out on the couch and stuff like that, and the camera pans out and it shows Michael's standing there. It's like, what a fucking perv.
I bet you he was.
Well, they go upstairs and have Tommy Wiseau sex.
Yeah, Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, where he's like, I'm
Having the sideways sex,
Sideways
which
sex.
the first. Okay, so they do it the first time, and it looks like that he's on the side of her with her legs on this side.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
his body right there. The phone rings. They stop for a second, and then they get back to it. And I thought they did the same thing again, but the way that he was laying, he was laying on her leg was flat because there was a moment where he moved and her knee kind of came up. So he was where he needs to be. But that first shot always looked like he was trying to have sex with her side.
And of course, Michael Myers was in the room while they were doing
No,
it.
he walked by. They show a shadow.
Doing the whole, what's that called? The cuckold thing?
That's when you have the chair in the corner.
Oh, yeah,
Now, if
that's
he would have
right.
said the
The
fucking
chair.
If he said the chair, and be like, no, please continue. I would have been like,
So they get done, and she's like, go get me a beer. So he's like, all right. So he goes down there. He's looking for his beer, and we were talking about this.
Honestly,
The door
funny.
opens.
Yeah.
That glass door opens on its own.
Yeah.
I think his death was probably my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Him just hanging there. Now,
Oh,
he
yeah.
pointed out because he gets choked and then stabbed, and it's like okay, and then they pan out and Michael's just standing there.
I
It was
love that.
Yeah, that was a really good
I
kill.
love that.
But he did point out that knife I don't think was long enough to.
There's no way.
Right.
But-
It was. You're
But
right.
But it is effective.
Yeah, but
it
it was a
effective.
really, really awesome scene.
And it looked like he almost stabbed him closer to the freaking
Yeah.
pisser.
It's a-
The pisser.
But so this is something I thought I'd never see. So she's sitting there minding her business, fingernails, and he opens the door and he's wearing a ghost costume. And it's Mike.
It's-
And then he got
Which
his
is
glasses
It's
on.
the fact that he put the glasses on. It's
I
like
know, that was great. We tried to be Bob.
And she laughs, and then she shows him her tits.
See anything you like.
now, what was the thing you told me about
Did you
this
know about
part?
the story too?
I know about
Okay.
it.
Yeah, we might as well say it.
Yeah.
Just
so,
say it anyway. You might as well.
So I've known this back in the day, but it brought it up when I was watching the documentary last night. So she was at the first showing, watching the movie PJ Souls, and
It was her and
behind-
Dennis Quaid. Yep.
behind her was a dude. And when she pulled down the sheets that she said, "See anything you like?" Some guy behind her goes, "Oh, hot damn! You bet your sweet ass I do." And then she kind of sunk down in her chair. Like, oh shit! But that's fucking hilarious. Can you imagine just one dude?
How awkward that is. Just like,
But that dude wasn't scared for
I
nothing.
did not get it. But
He did not
I
care.
know, like, she gets up, and I'm trying to remember how she died, right?
She's calling Lori to check.
Calling Lori.
Oh,
To
and
see
and
where
she got
Andy's at.
strangled, right?
She got strangled with the phone cord. Yep.
Which-
That was another good one. I'm not gonna lie.
What's funny too is that I don't quite know exactly what it would sound like if you're really strangling someone because I never have. But
That's a good thing.
yeah.
for
But whenever she was on the phone,
It sounded more like moaning, like sexual.
like sex boning,
Yeah.
which is weird because I thought it'd be like.
Because what it is,
Yeah.
because you're cutting off the air wave. So wouldn't it be more like a?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if
Like
you
that?
go like that. You wouldn't
Yeah.
really get much.
That's what I'm
You
thinking.
wouldn't really
It's
get
like,
much.
first I get your famous chewing, now I get your famous squealing.
No,
Yeah.
that was great.
So yeah,
And then you hear him breathing because when he's strangling her.
which
die.
that's
Right.
right there is where you get the very first good look at the mask.
Yeah.
And I've never noticed too on that mask because I was saying the changes that they made because the William Shatner mask had like
The sideburns.
sideburns. You could tell on the
A
side.
very little bit.
I
Yeah.
always saw that line.
Mhm.
I always saw that
I
line.
didn't see
the
that, but
first
I
time.
just default.
But-
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I didn't really go
But,
over.
like, it's such an effective mask too. Like,
Oh, and it was perfect too, in my opinion.
so you know the kids are asleep now, so Lori goes to check, and this almost reminds me of the scene. I know we just talked about it, but the scene from Friday the 13th, you know, building tension and suspense, but it's like filler. Talk about making the coffee. This is almost like that too,
This
but
didn't
this-
feel
but
to
it-
that extreme.
Right, right.
yeah,
I agree,
this one
yeah.
I could call it a filler because she's
It
just
is.
going,
It
but
is.
it was way more effective.
It's
than watching
effective because
someone make coffee.
she's looking around, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, where is he in the house?
Right,
Now,
exactly.
She did do the one thing I hated, and she did it twice in this movie.
Yeah.
We'll fucking get to that in a bit. But I know that eventually she gets attacked by Michael.
No, when she goes in there, and
Goes to
opens the
Lindsay's house.
Yeah.
opens the
Okay,
door. of the
okay, yeah.
room.
So that's the part I wanted to talk about. I know she goes into the house.
Yep.
She fucking goes upstairs, and you got the tombstone in the bed and stuff.
Yes.
What if she just didn't go? Michael's like, damn it, I set the whole thing up.
For
Yeah,
nothing.
what if she-
So-
what if
I
she
did it
didn't
for
really
nothing.
know?
But the thing I wanted to ask, so who was the part, because you see that, she turns and you see, what's his name? The boyfriend.
materialize-
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no, not the materialize.
Oh, you're talking
The
about the
boy,
boyfriend.
that guy swings upside down,
Yeah.
and then she opens up the dresser,
And
and this
there's
girl's cross-eyed.
Lindy-
and I like to
Linda.
think he went, like, move the eyes to make her cross-eyed. Like, he just went.
I noticed that too. I was like, why the hell is her eyes crossed?
Yeah, I
It's
just
funny,
think he just went, it's perfect.
Like, he has a little bit of a sense of humor.
Yeah,
He's like, behold.
yeah, and that's what that part of the movie. I'm just like, wait a minute.
But the part where she runs out of the room and she's in the corner and you see his face
he
materializing
pointed
out in
out
the
to me,
dark.
that was probably like,
That is
that's such a
that is
good
one of the
scene.
best scenes.
One of
I've
the
ever
best
seen.
scenes of that
Just that
movie.
way
In
he
any
came
movie,
in.
really.
That was awesome.
Because there's open space, so
You
I
expect
don't
to
know if
see
they
his
knew-
whole body.
It was
he
just his
appears
face.
in that corner.
I don't know if they knew back in the day about someone popping out and stuff, but we're over 40 years, 50 years almost removed from that, and all the stuff that's happened in between. We know that something will pop out. He didn't pop. He
No.
was there, but he didn't pop.
And he
It was
slowly
totally
walked
dark,
out.
and then that slow reveal of the mask.
Yes.
And that's more intentional than the whole bah.
That
Yep.
was just
Because you see, you're like, oh,
Okay.
shit.
It isn't just me, but was she just a lucky bitch? Because he got her on the arm and she
was.
flipped over the railing. 9 times out of 10, you would die.
She should have broken there. She is incredibly lucky and stupid.
well.
Because 2 fucking times it's happened in fucking Friday the motherfucking and in others where they get the fucking attacker knocked down. She had a fucking knife in her hand. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna drop it here for her.
Yeah, she did it.
She hit fucking twice.
Twice.
Again,
Twice.
I've said this on this one. It happened 4 fucking times. So she decapitated the bitch. And this one, it's like, look, I understand. The first time, it's a mistake. That second time, you got lucky and poked his eye. You should have been like, motherfucker, and just
Yeah.
went to town. He killed your friends.
Yep.
Like, this is the chance you should have it. Just went,
But also
"Oh."
at the same time, you gotta think 17-year-old girl, she's scared out of her mind.
I know, but it's just like,
Some people don't have that natural defense mechanism to protect yourself and to
she
do
at
something
least,
like
it
that.
was at least 2 for her.
Well, she did stab him in the neck.
Yes, it was 2 times for her in this, at least.
Yeah.
Not like in the Friday 13th movie where she had the upper hand 3 times. She finally capitalized on it on the 4th time. It's like, all right, again, I understand. First time, sure. Second time, 3rd time, you should have known. And then she finally was like,
Okay, can we go to the part?
But we can, I had to get that.
I know.
It's
Can we
like,
go to the part? Okay, after she falls down the stairs and everything like that,
and limps away.
go into the kitchen. He locked the door with the rake on the outside.
Yeah.
And then he busts through the door. She gets out. She's running back to the house. She forgets the keys. I guess must have fell out of her pocket when she fell out down the stairs. Possibly. Okay. How pissed off were you when it took Tommy so long to get to that freaking door?
It was annoying, but at the same time, he's like I don't know how old, and he was in a dead sleep.
He was probably 6 or 7 at the time, maybe.
He also saw her go into the house and like turning off the light. She thought that was gonna oh, they're not home. Like they had that, and going back to the rake scene. I mentioned this to him. I'm like, my fat ass would have broke through the door. Through the window.
Exactly.
And then she does the thing. I also say, like, if I didn't want to do that, I'd punch out the glass and remove it. And she does it. And I'm like, wow.
But it took her so long to do it.
I understand. Not
You're scared out of your mind.
Yes, but it's like, I think if I'm scared out of my mind, I'm like, oh, fuck this.
Your instincts will kick in and just do whatever you can to
I
get
would have
out.
tried to get out of the glass. And I can kind of excuse it. Maybe she wouldn't have been strong enough to go through the glass, but she was strong enough to punch through the fucking glass.
Exactly. All right. You want to add anything?
Real quick though, I know we keep going back to it, but the scene when he comes out and he cuts her in the arm and she falls down.
Yeah, right in the arm.
Like that cut, that stab that he did seems so weird because at his point, he could have stabbed her. I don't care what would have happened. He could have stabbed her on the top of the shoulder through, or he could have got it a little more this way and did a deep cut on the side. You know, he was right there.
Yeah, you can argue that.
Me personally, you think maybe he wasn't trying to kill her at that point in time, just trying to
he could
basically spread the fear pretty much.
Well, if he could fix a girl's eyes cross-eyed in the closet, I think that he could be toying with her.
He could have been toying with her.
But when she gets home and locks the door, gets Tommy and Lindsay upstairs, and she's waiting for him. She's waiting by the couch. But she gets in though, and she kind of freaks out, which it took me years to realize that side window,
that door, that window, yeah,
it was open because she did this little freak out. And for some reason, I couldn't put it together.
Yeah, she went, oh no.
Yeah, so she gets down there and grabs the needle, and then Michael pops up and he tries to stab her. And instead of stabbing her in the shoulder again, he just stabs the couch.
Yeah, he had a lot more time to not fuck up on that one.
Exactly.
Unless he really hated that.
But of course, naturally, for a movie, you're gonna do something like that to keep it suspense.
I mean, he could also just stab her in the hand.
Then he stabbed her. Then she stabbed him in the damn neck, and he's like,
He pulls it out and
he falls.
Yeah, and again, it's like
grab the knife and start stabbing his ass.
Stabbing it.
She grabs. She had the knife.
She looks at it. She's like,
yeah, and then
or
throws
just
it.
Don't drop it. Like,
just
fucking keep it.
So she goes to
throw it out the fucking house.
She goes to see the kids, and she's trying to calm them down.
Was it the boogeyman? I'm scared.
And she's like, "It's okay, you don't have to be." He's like, "Why?" Like, I killed him. And
you can't kill the boogeyman.
And that shot, if you see him walking up the stairs,
no, it was great. It was,
that where he's walking up the stairs, I was like, oh.
Yeah, like, you can't kill the boogeyman.
And
the kids run.
The picture. Remember the picture from the convention that you got me for my birthday? Signed by Nick Castle.
I don't remember what the picture looked
like.
It
was that picture of him standing at the stairs.
Yes, okay. It's been a while since I saw that picture. I mean,
I
bought
was
it for
awesome.
you, but I didn't.
It was
awesome.
I
don't remember, but so she gets into that closet. He's trying to get her, breaks down the thing, which that Michael right there was played by someone else. Tommy Lee Wallace.
That was Tommy Lee Wallace, yeah.
He was one of the...
You know, it's kind of... I was sitting there watching that scene, and I was like thinking, what is she going to do? She's got his coat hangers. And I thought, going to poke her in the eye, and she literally does.
Stabs her right now.
Wow. Okay.
He drops the knife.
And so she grabs him, stabs him once. I think it looks like she got him
like in the sternum.
I thought it was like here. I thought it was like in
because if you notice, he's like, and he grabs like that and he falls over.
Yeah, falls over again. She comes out. He's just laying there, drops the knife again right next to him.
That scene where he sits up that was another iconic scene.
Oh, that was great.
She
I
tells-
was like, he's gonna sit up.
Because she tells the kids to run down
Yeah.
to the neighbor's house, and then he's laying there, and all of a sudden he's just like, I was like, yes.
When he turns his head, and the music, the dun.
I honestly thought we were gonna hear the dun 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 dun, they did the dun dun.
But you noticed how Nick Castle moves? Like whenever he sat up and he came to the stopping point, it was just like bam, and then he's bam.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Like
go.
robotic.
Yeah.
So she's getting up. She has no idea. And Loomis sees the kids running out of the house, so he goes into the house. She's walking. Michael comes behind her and grabs her, starts to strangle her. And as Loomis is coming up the stairs, she ends up taking
Pulling
the
his
mask
mask.
off. And that's when they show that it's Tom.
Tony Moran.
It's Tony. I thought it was Tom.
Tony Moran.
Yeah, Tony Moran. So apparently that guy's an asshole in real life.
That's what I heard.
I've some
That's what I
stories
heard.
about that guy at conventions.
He was actually an asshole, or he is. I don't
Just
know if
because
he
he
still
was
is. I don't know.
Michael's face. You know,
Yeah.
if it would have been Nick Castle with his face, I think
He
it
did
would've
that
been
one
better.
little reveal, but I don't even know how much he got paid for that.
I don't know. What's funny is that he capitalizes on that. You know, he's the first person to show Michael's face
Yeah.
besides the little kid.
Yeah.
Like adult Michael.
Yeah.
That's him. That's funny. And he makes his whole career about that. I don't know if you ever heard of Ari Lehman.
Yes.
Ari Lehman
Yep.
is the dude. Well, he's an adult now, but he was Jason in the first Friday the 13th when they showed the clips of little Jason drowning.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah.
He that's him, and he goes to conventions, and he's like, I'm the first Jason, and he capitalizes on that. People, you know, they know him from that. That's,
From that,
you know,
yeah.
He goes for that, and he also has a band, a rock band, and the name of the band is First Jason.
Really?
How weird is that?
Really?
I don't know if I talked about it on Friday
was-
the 13th.
Was that him at
No.
the end of Friday the 13th where he jumps up and grabs her and pulls her in the water?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
I
him too.
would remember that stupid fact.
Okay,
That's really fucking
Okay,
stupid.
and,
please, let's. He gets up and strangles her off the stairs.
Okay,
I-
so he takes
I
off-
need-
she takes
I need
off
a
the
fucking
mask,
palate
takes
cleanser
off the
for that.
mask.
And it's him. So
Loomis.
Loomis shoots him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he runs in, and Michael's. He does this little breath.
That-
And then he shoots him 5 more times.
Yeah. 5 more times.
Yeah.
Then he
I
falls.
shot him 6
What-
times.
Did you notice whenever after he shot him that last time, his whole body spins and then you see him backwards falling down?
And it did the whole, and maybe this is where the like parody stuff is, because he's like, looks like he's broken on the ground. So when they look, he's gone. And I've always thought, like, what if the camera just panned over and he's still
Wait till he sees the very beginning of Halloween 2 when he shoots him.
Yeah.
I have to see
when
it.
You gotta see it.
we're going to talk. So that's something I want to talk to you about after we
Okay.
do this. But
And he falls off the balcony and everything like that. He's just laying there.
and then Lori says, like,
Was
it
it
was
was
the
the
boogeyman.
was it the
And he's
boogeyman?
like, as a matter of fact, it was. But okay,
shit, he's gone.
fuck.
I want to add something
Go
to
ahead.
this.
You know,
He looks down and he's gone.
Yeah.
And then at first he's like, "Oh shit," but then he looks up and he's like, "I knew this would happen." So in the filming, he said, "Okay." He asked John Carpenter. He goes, "Okay, I can play this either 2 ways. I can play this, oh my God, he's gone,' or I knew this would happen."
I think knew when it happened.
Yeah, and he goes, and John Carpenter, he goes, "Oh, that's interesting. Could you do it, like, kind of do it both ways for me?" And he goes, he knew right away that I knew this would happen because, oh my God, he's gone was too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then Lori starts to cry, and then they show the
the
static
places
shots
where he was.
of where he
Static
was
shots
with
and
the breathing.
Yeah, the breathing.
But I always found that funny. Okay, I don't know if anybody noticed this. I noticed this while watching it last night.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not another moose knuckle, is it?
No.
No, not that I know of.
Like, were those shots meant to be after he disappeared? Or was that just shots that they already had? Were they static shots, meaning it's not like continuously filmed? It's kind of like a picture, because they show all the places, but when they cut to the same exact shot of where Lori was in front of the couch,
Yeah.
Michael was behind it. You
Uh-huh.
don't see Michael or you don't see Lori, but the knife is still on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
But he brought the knife upstairs when he got up,
It's probably
And he
continuity
stabbed her.
error.
Maybe that was just the thing where like
Maybe just a regular shot.
Yeah, just a regular
It was
shot.
a regular shot, and it was like, oh, because I actually got a funny one we could talk about that has nothing to do with this movie. I'll tell you after we're done with the
Right.
podcast. But it had to do with that, like, oh, that happened kind of thing.
And
Right.
roll credits. And that was
Hey.
Halloween.
There's something about the credits. I don't know if y'all noticed.
Are you talking about the age?
Yep.
Yeah. So Tony Moran, the guy that was
Did
the
the
unmasked
reveal?
Michael, they have him listed in the credits as 23.
Michael Myers was
Michael Myers.
21.
Michael Myers is 21
Yeah.
because he was put in an institution for 6 years.
Yeah.
And when he was 6, he was
Seven-
in there for 15 years and
15.
escaped.
Yeah. He was 21 years old
He
when
was
he
supposed to be
yeah.
21.
Yeah. I noticed that. Well, I was like, wait,
I
hold
found that out
on.
last night too.
Oh, you did?
All these facts that I learned last night from watching this movie.
Yeah.
Literally, out of the many times I watched it, I noticed them all last night.
Right,
especially
right.
the Moose Knuckle. And yeah, this is a great movie.
This movie is really good. For first time
I'm glad
watch,
you
it's-
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it'd be terrible if I went, like, this was shit. Like, why should they just fucking go in with a shotgun and just go
But honestly, let's just say that you didn't enjoy it. It would be good to have a negative response to it.
It would, but I mean, it's such a good movie.
It is. It really is.
I do think, and this is not to go on a tangent for this movie, I know how it ends, and I
And,
think it's hilarious, go ahead and say what you're saying. 'Cause
But yeah, I don't know if y'all knew, you probably knew, but the first opening of Halloween in theaters, it only did like $200 that night. It only did $200.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but over time,
I know that 200 went further back then, but that's still for a movie, though.
for a movie that was very, very low.
Yeah.
But the next night, it went to like $800.
Probably because people were
That
like,
night.
"You got to see these."
Yeah, you got
Yep,
to see
word
this
of mouth.
movie. Yeah.
So-
Word of mouth was the way to spread it back then. They didn't have social
So-
media and shit like that back then.
Okay, I guess this is a spoiler for this movie, and I know if we're gonna go through all these, we'll talk about it eventually.
Okay.
I don't know how y'all feel about the movie. I've seen synopsis and I saw the ending cutscenes. I heard about this, but I know that they technically have. It's not a remake, but it's the 3 series that came out not pretty recently.
Right.
And the third one, the way they kill Jason, I think it's not Jason. The way they kill Michael, I think is the funniest fucking thing ever. Just
Okay.
You're talking about Halloween Ends?
yeah, Halloween is when she just pushes him.
Oh, yeah, just-
yeah, it's the way she goes. Eh. And my ass would have done it with a stick. I'm like, he ain't pulling me into that shit.
What if he
like,
grabs my ass? He's still
Yeah.
alive. And,
Yeah. What if you?
and
Yeah.
I thought that's going to be the thing, but they didn't. So it was like, okay, but my ass would have a stick, like push pull. And we're like, all right.
yeah, I'm not chancing
He
this
pulls
shit.
it in, he takes the push pull. Who cares a shit?
But and the thing about the end of that movie, whenever she's doing the narrating of the book she's writing and everything like that, it always made me think like, what if down the line they're planning on doing another one? Because remember where she says evil doesn't die; it only
Right.
takes shape, a different shape.
It's trying to play into that shape.
I'm about to
thing.
sneeze.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that part.
Right,
We
right.
can save more of that.
Yeah, I get
for
that, yeah.
But yeah,
Real quick though, before we give our verdicts, I did take some notes about just something real quick. Is that
Okay.
Nick Castle, who played Michael Myers, was also like a stuntman.
Yep.
He wanted to write and direct movies, so he actually wrote the story. I think he was gonna direct it, but they ended up paying him for it, but he wrote the story to Hook
Yes.
with
Oh.
Robin Williams
Yep.
and thing.
wow.
He wrote
But he
the
was
story,
also
yep.
he also directed movies. He directed several movies, but 3 notable movies that
Yep.
I've known that he did. One of them was The Last Starfighter from 1986.
Really? Yep.
You know that movie?
Oh yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
very
Nick
good
Castle
movie.
directed that. He also directed the Dennis the Menace movie. Where
Yep.
Christopher Lloyd is the bad guy.
Yep.
Well, that was kind of a coming of age movie as well.
Yes.
We were talking
Yes,
about
it
that
was.
the other
I
we were
think
trying
it
to think
was.
of what coming of age films.
Well,
That's what
this
we
last
mentioned,
one's
Goonies
gonna-
and Sandlot.
This last one's gonna floor you.
And he directed Major Payne. Did you know that?
Yep.
Oh,
Interesting.
He sure did.
wow. I think.
Yep. And another thing, and I'm pretty sure you knew this. He actually did a few shots on the 2018 version of Halloween. He was Michael Myers
He
in that.
did some stuff, and so we talked. I don't know why we talked about it at the end of Jaws, but so they had a couple of Halloween games come out for like the regular Nintendo.
Right.
Well, now they're coming out with a actual like current gen
Basically,
Halloween game in September.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
I
like
saw that. Yeah,
Friday
you
the
sent me
13th,
that.
like
Yep.
Friday the 13th, where they did motion capture, where someone's playing Michael to do the kills, and they actually got Nick Castle to do that.
I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, but did y'all see the TV edited version of Halloween?
I technically haven't. This is my first time.
Okay. Well, I figured you haven't, but maybe you have.
I probably have.
Remember did you see the additional scenes?
Yeah, so when they put it on TV, they filmed some additional scenes at.
To make it make sense, still.
Actually,
it was kind of fillers
it was to kind of connect it back to Halloween 2, even though it's supposed to be on the same night, because I think on the wall of his room, Michael's room, he wrote sister.
And then
That's what you told me.
And also, Dr. Loomis goes in front of the board of that psychiatric hospital to convince them to transfer Michael somewhere else.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What's the purpose?" and stuff like that. And he tries to explain it to them like this dude's pure evil. We got to get him out of here. And they just wouldn't listen. And then also they have a scene where Laurie's at home and she comes down from her room, take a shower or whatever, and her friend Linda comes busting through the door and says, "Someone's been following me." And it was Michael in the station wagon. Yeah.
Actually, I had common sense. Go, hey, I've been noticing these damn things around the place.
And if you remember whenever Linda's boyfriend said, "I'm going to rip your clothes off," and she said, "Don't rip my blouse, it's expensive."
Yeah.
The blouse she was wearing, she got from Lori. Whenever she came to the house, saying
It's been
that
a
she was
while
being
since I
followed.
watched the TV.
Yeah.
Because
That's just some stuff if you didn't know that.
that's interesting. But yeah, and then this movie came out, did real good, and they never made another one. I'm kidding. They made a bunch more.
They made quite a bit
They
more.
saw this and went, we can make some money off this.
But John Carpenter and Deborah Hill only had a little bit to do with
I've always
the
heard,
second one.
I told him, but apparently John Carpenter pretty much is like, if they're going to take my franchise, they just take my money out and get.
But here's the thing. John Carpenter did this movie in the concept of this was the only one that was going to happen.
I think technically that's how you do every movie.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we got to think of some bullshit to make him.
But then, was it Erwin Yasblon? He was thinking to himself, the way that Halloween did so well, he was like, you know what, we got to make another one.
Yeah.
And that's whenever they came up.
And basically, Mustafa Akkad, he was the executive producer. He was behind the scenes. He was kind of like the boss man.
Yeah.
He kept telling them in every movie to not kill Michael Myers because they keep spitting out those movies and making money.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think it's that guy's fault that the Halloween series didn't do too well. But sadly, Mustafa Akkad was in, I forgot what.
It's where he's from. It's where he's from. I can't remember where it was. Him and his daughter.
He's a foreigner. In 2005, him and his daughter were staying at a hotel, and it was bombed.
By a suicide bomber.
By a suicide bomber, and his daughter died instantly, but he died like 2 days later. This was in 2005, around November.
Something like that, early 2000s, yeah.
It was 2005.
Okay.
Well, that's dark.
But yeah, but it's because of that guy is why we got what we got.
Another thing, do y'all know the story of how the whole concept of Michael Myers came? You probably know it.
There was actually a guy named Michael Myers.
But listen, when John Carpenter was in film school, they took a field trip to a sane asylum, and when they were going through the tour and everything like that, John Carpenter noticed a kid that was in one of the room, and he said that the kid just had the blankest stare he's ever seen in his life, and he said there was nothing there, and that's how he got the concept of Michael Myers.
And also, he got the name because a guy that
Film
helped-
distributor in London.
a film distributor in London named Michael Myers, when he helped him with the Assault on Precinct 13
Yes.
movie, so he got the name from him.
And his name was Michael Myers. But the whole way Michael
It's
Myers
starting to
was,
see
it
how
came
it
from
all
that
comes
kid.
together, Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the point of the show.
How many moose knuckles do you give it?
How many moose knuckles?
I mean, for
Does it count as double because of each side? Because you can't have one. 'Cause that'd be weird.
it's got to be how deep. Do you want to say knives?
I hate y'all so dumb.
How about we just do points?
Let's just go with
Where the
points.
points,
Points.
we're here where the points don't matter.
I guess for me, I'm gonna give it a 9.
First viewing, a 9.
Yeah,
That's
9.
a great.
I'm gonna say
That's
9.
pretty good for a first
I
viewing,
enjoyed
yeah.
it, and this feels like it's one of those movies because I've always said like my I kind of changes sometimes, but these movies, older movies, feel like I'm always more solid with my stuff.
Yes.
Compared to
It's
newer
okay.
movies where I feel like it fluctuates,
Right.
You know, but I say this is the 9 out of 10 for
Okay.
me.
About you, Corbet?
Y'all know mine. I'm pretty sure y'all know mine. It's 10 out of 10. That's
A
my
10?
favorite. My favorite.
I can understand.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm gonna agree with him. This is definitely a 10 out of 10. People,
this is
I've
very
heard people
good.
say like it's boring, but like I could see what they're talking about. But at the same time, it's
Well,
like
you know, it really depends on what was your first kind of horror movies
Right.
growing up. I mean, that you know, some people
See,
like
like-
the type of jump scares.
See,
some
like,
people
I
this.
watched Friday the 13th, some of those movies when I was growing up, and Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Sorry about that. So 9 to 18 moose knuckles for me. All right. So
9.
yeah, depending if we're counting beach bumper slip.
Yes, so
So-
10 for me, 10 for him.
Yeah, 10 for him.
9. I'm gonna say
10.
9 just because
Okay.
That's
that
okay.
gives chance for error.
Right. True.
And it's
just-
like I know it's an older film, so
This movie hit me at a certain age, and it stuck with me, and it just
It stuck with me
rewired my
for-
brain.
I guess
Yeah.
it's hard for me to say everything is a perfect movie because I always feel like you can do better
Right.
with everything. But I mean, there is some films out there that are perfect 10 out of 10s.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
So
all right. Well, that
All right.
was Halloween, 1978. So yeah, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and
we'll catch you on the next one.
yes, catch you on the next one.
Peace.